Okay.
Okay.
So basically, the goals of this session is basically, first of all, we need to agree on a schedule for the class sessions. Usually, people rearrange the timing of master's courses so that they have one course per day. So that if you're registered for multiple courses, you basically have as many days as the courses, rather than having multiple days for two courses or whatever. So basically, if you have a problem with the class schedule, just let me know, and basically you can arrange another schedule that fits your schedule. Okay. So does anybody have a problem with the class sessions at 8, 2 times a week?
Can we make it 1 times weekly, Doctor?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, well, we can do that, of course, but which day? If you want to do that, which day? Which day would be suitable for everybody?
We will be discussed between us, and we will be told you if you don't mind.
But actually, we need to actually, because everybody's here right now, so we can arrange it together right now, because I have another course. So basically, if you arrange a date and the other people arrange another date and they have a conflict, then will be a problem. So okay, that's fine. If you want to keep it at least for this week, we're gonna meet again on the same exact time on Wednesday, and then by that time you arrange another date if you want. Okay, another day. Okay.
Okay, Doctor. On Wednesday and Monday, or on Monday.
Okay, so basically, yeah, this will be basically determined on Wednesday. Okay. Okay. There's a problem. Okay. So basically, this will be deferred to Wednesday. Okay, so on Wednesday, we're going to have a lecture exactly at the same time at 8. Okay, would that be okay for you?
On Wednesday?
On Wednesday, yes, because actually the official class schedule is Monday and Wednesday at 8. Okay,
right.
So we're going to meet on Wednesday again at the official time, and then by then, if you want to change the time, then we can agree on the new time on Wednesday. Okay?
Fine. That's good.
Okay. Okay. So the second item that we're going to talk about is basically the class approach. Let me just give you a brief introduction about what exactly I'm planning to do in this course, and basically you let me know if you have any problems. Okay. Second.
Okay.
Do you have any problems with the connection? Do you have any problem with the Blackboard connection?
Yeah.
No, I think it's okay.
Oh,
is it working okay?
It is okay now.
Okay.
No, it came back now. Okay.
Okay. So if you have any problem with Blackboard, please let me know as soon as possible. You can just send me an email, or you can just even call me. I actually put the contact information. You can just send me a WhatsApp message or something like that. And if Blackboard doesn't work, we can arrange for another platform to use in the course. Okay, so we don't have to use Blackboard. Actually, Blackboard they said that it's improved this term, but actually, if you don't see that you can actually work with it effectively, we can actually change it to another platform. So basically, I would like you to know exactly what I'm going to do in this course. And the class approach is a little bit unconventional. You're used to courses where you have lectures and basically you take exams in these lectures, and most of the courses basically theoretical or problem solving, basically using pen and paper. But actually this course is a little bit different. The course actually will use an applied research problem-based approach to learning, which means that instead of conventional lectures and exams, the course will consider a number of real research problems and learn the necessary tools in the context of solving each of these research problems. Meaning that instead of basically learning the theory of Fourier Transform, for example, we're going to use it basically as a part of a solution to a real research problem. So instead of focusing on the tools, we'll focus on the problems. I think this problem or this approach is much more useful for graduate courses, because basically at the end of your courses, you have to do a research thesis. And the research thesis is not a tool-oriented thesis. It's basically a problem-oriented thesis. So what my goal is in this course is to allow you to basically be ready for doing your thesis, okay? So the research problems that we're going to address in this course can actually be extended to a thesis. Or you will see that many other problems can be actually very similar or use very similar techniques to the problems we address in this course, okay? So the course will be practical. The course will be basically as if you're working on a thesis, but you're not going to be working alone. You're going to be working with me on it, okay? So basically, I'm not going to give you the research problem and let you go and solve it somehow and come back with a solution. No, this is not the approach in this course. The approach is I'm going to work on these problems right in front of you. So basically, as if I am doing the research myself, okay? And basically, I'm going to take you from the statement of the problem to a very basic solution of the problem, and then ask you to do something a little bit different after that. Just build on whatever I started and basically do something a little bit different so that you basically make sure that you understand what you're doing, okay? And even in that part, basically, I'm going to help you if you have any problems, okay? So, yeah, I want you to be sure that I'm going to help you, and I'm going to basically, that the approach of the course is basically to make you ready, not to test you, okay? I know that many of you didn't do things like that before, so basically, my goal is to prepare you to get started on research. The research problems, basically, as I was saying, that the research problem can be easily extended to thesis topics. So basically, many thesis topics, by the way, at least maybe I can say that I saw that about 8 or 10 theses that were done based on topics that were taken in this course. Okay, like for example, computer-aided diagnosis. Okay, we're going to discuss that in the context of mammography, for example. But you can actually take that and go to skin cancer, go to retinal image processing, you go to other X-ray imaging or CT image classification, and basically you're going to be using exactly the same tools. Okay, so the tools that we're going to consider have general utility, meaning that once you understand them, you're going to be able to extend them or use them in other problems, and basically they will be like the basis that you're going to start your thesis upon, okay? The research problem center setting is similar to what graduate students will be doing in the thesis, okay? And basically, the techniques also and the approach on how to basically understand the problem, how to get the data, how to pre-process the data, how to propose a solution, how to evaluate the solution, how to basically write something that looks like a paper, okay, out of what you have. This is basically what we're going to be doing, okay? I'm not going to ask you to publish a paper. Probably in other courses, some of the instructors insist that you have to publish a paper somewhere in order for you to pass the course or something like that. I'm not going to do that, because basically, as I'm going to discuss with you and probably later on, you have to actually work a little bit more to be able to publish in a respectable place. There are places where you pay for your paper and that's it. Basically, just pay and publish. Okay, they don't really evaluate work or anything like that. Basically, such journals or such places actually are not considered scientific publications, in my opinion. So basically, I'm not going to ask you to publish anything, but actually, I'm going to ask you to write a paper so that you learn how to write a paper, so that you can get feedback from me on how you wrote your paper, and so that you can improve. Because once you get started in your thesis, nobody will teach you how to do that. Okay, you will be asked to do that, and basically, if you didn't learn how to do that before you start your thesis, it's probably going to be a big delay for you to learn how to do that. Okay, so the learning process will be like I explain the research problem and break it into basic engineering problem components. And then I'm going to show you example ways to solve each of these engineering problems with practical demonstrations. And basically, when I say demonstrations, I'm going to write the Matlab from scratch in front of you. Okay, I'm not going to just give you a code and let you basically run it. No, we're going to write it together. Okay, I'm going to write it in front of you. Okay, so basically, I'm going to show you also how to search for tools or search for ways to write Matlab code. Okay, so that you learn how to do that yourself. And then we're going to see how to assess the resultant solution of the problem. So basically, if I propose a solution, what exactly or how exactly can I make sure that this solution is suitable? Okay, so basically you have to learn about ways to assess the resultant solution. Basically, we're going to do that on simulated and real data, but actually very likely that we're going to work on real data most of the time, but sometimes you can do simulations just to, if you want to understand a particular technique, maybe you can do some simulation, but actually depending on the problem. And then after that, I'm going to assign each of you to study a slightly modified version of the method that we considered before. So basically, I gave you an example, okay? What I will ask you to do is to understand this example and show me that you understood it by modifying it a little bit, okay? And then once you modify it, you're gonna get new results and basically report the results on in the form of a paper, okay? You can use an instructor as a resource. I'm not going to be just evaluating you. I'm going to be a resource for you, meaning that if you don't understand a part or if you want to do something in a certain way, you will be able to ask me and I will answer you. So if I give you a task and you ask me about things in that task, I will answer you. It's not going to be like an exam. Basically, we don't really care about exams at this level. Actually, we are graduate students right now. And basically, we learn together. You should learn the tools and should help you to learn the tools. And basically, I definitely encourage and award independence of thinking and problem-solving approach. So basically, if you try a particular problem problem-solving approach, even if it doesn't work, if it's a good idea, if you put the effort, but you didn't get the results, I will still give you a very good grade, okay? Because actually, this is the most important thing. Basically, we have time limitations in the course, and I know that if you have a good idea and you work hard on it, sometimes the results don't come right away. Basically, they might take a little bit longer to come out, okay? So basically, if I'm convinced that you have a good idea, and if you have enough time to finish it, you will finish it, then this will be okay for me, okay? So I don't want you to focus about the grade in this course. If you try hard, if you try to understand what we have in this course and try to do the tasks and everything, basically you don't have to worry about anything in the course, okay? You're gonna get good grade and basically, hopefully, you're gonna get some nice tools that you can use later in your research, okay? Do you have any questions about the approach of this course?
No, Doctor, everything is okay.
Yeah, It's okay. So the problem will be based on image processing, right, doctor?
This course is about image processing. We have the other course, the 675 course. We're going to do signal processing. Okay, so basically, we're going to be working with the biomedical images in this course, and basically, in the 675, we're going to be working with biomedical signals.
Okay.
Please, whenever I'm talking in the course, whenever I'm talking in the session, please feel free to interrupt me at any time. So basically, if I'm talking about a certain part and basically this part you didn't get, and I'm going to move to another part, please interrupt me. You basically just speak anytime during the lecture, okay?
Okay, doctor.
Okay. So basically, I have a certain course here, a certain course website that you might just check, at least for now. And basically, we have the Blackboard site, of course. Basically,
الدكتور خرج يا شباب صح؟ رجع.
ظهر في مشكلة في
الدكتور ضغط خروج بالخطأ.
I'm sorry. Yes, that's right. I'm sorry. Okay, if you share the screen again. I'm used to Zoom. Basically, Zoom doesn't have a browser tab. It's a separate application. So basically, I thought I closed the unnecessary tabs. So it's fine. Okay. So basically, this website here, the website is already, you're gonna find the glass approach with all the information on Blackboard. And basically, if you want to learn about the future topics, you can actually find them there. Okay, so basically, we're gonna start with medical image manipulation, and the medical image manipulation, we're gonna start in a textbook, and basically, by the end of this part, you'll find that basically we covered most of the textbook. And basically, you'll find that it's really not that difficult actually to finish the textbook. And the first part will be oriented towards getting you familiar with images. And basically, you're going to start with things like the definition of images, what's the meaning of pixels, and talk about the resolution, talk about the signal-to-noise ratio, talk about some practical imaging techniques like MRI, how to reconstruct MRI data, how to reconstruct or how to basically manipulate CT images, what's called windowing. So basically, everything here is practical. What I usually do in each one of the research topics is basically I give you actual data, real data, and basically we're going to develop some basic code, some starter code, just to read the data and basically do whatever we want with it. For example, if I wanted to reconstruct an MRI set, MRI data, I give you actual MRI data and basically help you to get started on how to reconstruct the MRI data. Okay, for some of the images, we're going to talk about, for example, resizing images. I'm going to show you how to do that. If you have, for example, an image that is very small, like 32 by 32, you would like to display it as 1024 by 1024. Okay, how to do that? Are there ways that are good and others are bad? Because actually sometimes you think it's exactly the same, but actually it's not the same. There are several techniques, and for particularly medical images, you have to be very careful when you do things to images. When you try to modify or you try to manipulate images, the quality of the image can deteriorate very quickly if you do the processing in the right way. So we're going to discuss a few ways to do that, and basically this is going to be like a general background on medical image processing, and basically we're going to apply them to several practical imaging data from practical imaging modalities. Okay. The second part, we're going to talk about computer-aided diagnosis. The part that we're going to talk about, or at least the example we're going to use for this part, will be digital mammography. So basically, diagnosis of breast cancer. This is just basically that approach can be generalized to several other techniques, not just digital mammography. So in this session of this, or in this particular offering of this course, I'm going to not just consider digital mammography, I'm going to consider multiple data sets. Okay, so I'm going to, for example, give you a skin cancer data set so that you can see how to generalize the same information on a totally different data set. Okay, and basically, the tasks that are related to this part will be distributed so that each one of you will probably have a different data set. And basically, you're going to share your experience with your colleagues. Okay. Sometimes I think this part, I'm going to also add a new part. This is one of the items that I would like to talk about with you actually in the Matlab requirements. You all have Matlab with deep learning toolbox. You have deep learning, sorry.
I think the Matlab license that we got from the universities expired, Doctor. Is it possible
Yes,
to renew it?
Actually, we all have to find ways to have Matlab. But actually, there are cracked versions. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to say that, but actually, we have to learn. So basically, you have to find a way to get a Matlab version that you can install on your computer. If you can't, I'll try to find one for you. Okay. So how many people have the deep learning, have Matlab working, for example, at least Matlab working with deep learning toolbox? How many?
Actually, I didn't check for deep learning box, but I have a Matlab.
Okay, can you check until next time?
Okay, inshallah.
Deep learning. How many of you have Matlab? So just one have Matlab? Just one of you have Matlab, or all of you have Matlab?
Oh, I think I have also, but yeah, the license problem with that, and I think I will try to find the solution.
If you can't, let me know. I'll try to find a source for you. Because definitely we have to find a way to get around the problem of license, Matlab license. Actually, the course will be dependent on Matlab. Actually, your research will be dependent on Matlab. So without Matlab, it's really difficult to do anything, not just in this course, in general in your thesis, because you have to have a computing platform or a programming platform to do your work. Otherwise, you have to go down to C or C++, things of that sort are not really practical for high-level research like graduate work. So we have to make sure that everybody has Matlab. If you don't have Matlab, please contact me, okay?
I have Matlab, but Doctor, when I entered the Matlab, or I starting the Matlab, actually I have some problem in verification. They asked me to make a verification.
Okay, in this case, you don't have Matlab, okay? Because you don't have license, okay?
Yeah.
So this is the problem. So basically, you don't have Matlab. What? Can you repeat?
Exactly, that's exactly what happened with me.
Okay, so you don't have Matlab too.
Yeah.
you have to find a way to get Matlab, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll check for a source for you and let you know. Do you have computers that can support Matlab? I mean, does anybody have a problem to install a late version of Matlab that requires, for example, 10 gigabytes of storage and probably GPUs and things of that sort? Do you have an up-to-date computer, all of you?
Yeah, I have.
Yes, I have.
Yes, we have.
A problem. So what kind of specifications do you have? Can each one of you let me know which specifications you have? The computer specifications you have.
You mean
like i7 laptop, and I think it's good enough.
Which processor? Which graphics card do you have? The graphics card. Do you have NVIDIA or
NVIDIA.
NVIDIA, which one? You don't know? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That seems like a good computer. How about the others?
Also,
I should need to.
I have,
i7?
alhamdulillah, i7 NVIDIA, yes.
Okay, so so there are 3 students now, or what? Let me check. We have 5 students attending. So how about the others?
Mine is i7 and 8 gig RAM.
Okay, that should be good. Okay, the thing I'm asking you, the reason I'm asking about this actually is because if you need to use deep learning, you will require such things, because deep learning actually would require a lot of resources. But deep learning is basically the hottest topic in the computer-aided diagnosis area. And I would like you to get in touch with basically with this, to get us started on something like this, because this will be actually very nice to have, very nice tool to have, okay? So basically, I used to teach the computer-aided diagnosis from the point of view of machine learning. In this term, I'm going to basically teach machine learning and also deep learning. Deep learning is using neural networks that are huge, basically. They require a lot of training, but actually after they get trained, they give you very good results. And I'm going to show you the difference between the two. Okay, so basically we're going to learn about deep learning, which is basically one of the most important research areas right now in the world. Okay, so this is why I was asking about Matlab deep learning toolbox. Okay. So please, if you didn't get Matlab by Wednesday, please let me know on Wednesday when we have the lecture on Wednesday at 8, so that I can check and see if I can find a version that you can install in your computer. Okay.
Okay, Doctor.
Okay. So let's go back to the other topics. I think if we actually add deep learning to this part, this might actually be extended to the end of the term. So basically, I might not teach the other parts right there, that spectral reduction or the functional MRI data processing, because actually this will take much of our time, and basically will be much more than enough for a course like this. Okay, so basically, I'm not sure if you're going to cover spectral reduction or functional MRI data processing, but at least the first 2 topics will be basically covered in detail. Okay. The resources, actually, there are some resources here about how to write papers, things of that sort, and some Matlab resources also here. And I'm going to talk about Matlab in a second. But you can actually download these resources and basically ask me if you have any questions while reading them. The grading policy in this course, you'll have assignments after each one of the different parts of the course are completed. And these assignments will count to 60% of the course grade. And basically, you're going to have a research problem exam. Research problem exam is basically, I'm going to have very similar problems to the ones that you saw in the course, but slightly different. And basically, I'm just going to be checking whether you can approach these problems with the tools that you took in the course or not. Okay, but actually, let's see how we do in the assignments, and basically later we can think about if we want to reassign a part of the research problem exam to the assignments or not. So if you do a good job in the assignments, you should be basically do well in the course in general. Okay, so you shouldn't really worry about the exam at the end. And basically, the exam, by the way, is not going to be basically it's going to be like a take-home exam. So it's the kind of exam that I give you and basically tell you to come back in a week and basically give me your answers, and I'll basically discuss them with you. Okay, and basically the research problem exam, when we take it, is going to be open everything. Basically, you can ask your colleagues, you can ask me, you can ask whoever you want, but at the end, you should provide your own answer. Okay. So you basically can consult with as many people as you can or as you want, and basically come up with a solution to the problem I give you. Okay? So I want you to focus on learning tools that you can use later in your thesis. Okay? Don't worry about the grades. Don't worry about if you have any problems in any part of the course, please let me know and I'll help you. And I want you also to focus on learning MATLAB to be a professional MATLAB program. Okay? Most of you didn't really use MATLAB a lot, and I'm not going to expect you to have proficiency in MATLAB from day one, but I expect you to try to learn whatever I'm doing with you in the course. So basically, I'm going to show you how I personally program in MATLAB, how I find, for example, if I want to have a certain function in MATLAB, how can I find this function? How can I use it? How can I read the manual of this function or the help of this function in order for me to use it? Things of that sort. I want you to try hard to basically learn MATLAB. MATLAB is an essential resource. MATLAB is really very important for you as a researcher, not just for the masters in general. Okay, if you want to do a PhD, basically, I didn't see any graduate students in my life that didn't know how to program. And basically, this is the only way to implement your ideas. So I want you to learn MATLAB. So basically, that's why I have the first assignment, which is basically a little bit early in the course. Basically, I want you to take these courses. I'm not sure if you can take the Matlab Fundamentals right now because of the license problem, but you used to have access to the Matlab Fundamentals. This was a free course. And basically, I expect you to basically all take this course and try to finish it basically in a day or something like that, and just submit the license, submit the certificate as the answer to this assignment. If you can take this one, that's fine. If you can't take it, that's fine also. Okay, so the Matlab Fundamentals, I'm not sure if you can take it. So basically, try to access it. If you can access it, then take it. If you can't, that's fine. You made the on-ramp. Yes.
The first one, Matlab on-ramp, exactly, I finished it yesterday. And
yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
yeah,
but the other one, Fundamentals, I think it's not accepted. I think it's by you must pay something for them.
Actually, we used to have access when we had the license. Okay, but as I was saying, basically, if you didn't get access to it because of the expired license, expired university license, that's fine. You don't have to submit it.
About the first one, it's okay.
The first one is free. First one's free.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Okay, Doctor. If I can't install the MATLAB or activate my MATLAB program, what can I do?
I will find you a license. Don't worry. Okay, a cracked license, but it's a license. Okay, so I think it's unfortunate that the great license that we used to have is now expired, because actually it was a great resource here at the university. But if it's not there, we have to continue. We have to keep working. I mean, basically, we have to find a way. And if you can't find the license, I'll try to ask around, and basically, I might be able to help you get it from a colleague. Okay, you might ask maybe the more senior graduate students. They definitely have versions of MATLAB. They might not have the universal license, but definitely any student working on a thesis, he would definitely have a MATLAB version working. Otherwise, he would be stuck. Okay, so try to find. If you couldn't find it by Wednesday, I'll try to find one for you and send it to you.
Regarding, Doctor, the scheduled times, as is, or it will be changed?
That's what we discussed at the beginning of this lecture, and basically one of your colleagues suggested that you are going to agree together on a schedule and let me know by next Wednesday. But at least for this week, we're going to have the lecture on Wednesday at 8 until we basically change next week to whatever schedule you want. Okay? So I'm flexible. I'm flexible. Anytime you agree on, I'm flexible. Okay? As long as all of you agree on the time. Okay?
We will be trying to make, Doctor.
Yes.
We will be trying to made this WhatsApp group, if you don't mind about that.
No problem, but actually I prefer to have, if you have the Matlab, the WhatsApp group, it's fine, I'm fine.
Okay.
But usually, sometimes the students like to have a private group so that they can discuss the assignment together, something like that. But if you want to have like an administrative group, like basically the group where we can communicate the administrative information about the course, like if, for example, a lecture has to be rescheduled, something like that, I'm fine if you have a Matlab, if you have a WhatsApp group for things like that. But for the discussions, please keep me away from the, have another one for the discussions, okay?
No problem. Of course, we dropped the two groups. One
Yes.
with you and other one without you.
Sure, no problem, no problem. So is anybody of, any one of the students attending this lecture right now registered for 675?
675, no.
Signal processing. Because actually I have no contact for any one of the students.
I know one student, doctor, my friend.
What's his name?
Abdullah. Abdullah.
So he's not attending now?
No, not with us now.
Okay. So is he around or what? I don't see anybody here.
I have him number if you want.
No, that's fine. But I mean, there was a lecture earlier today and nobody attended. I wasn't sure if this is a problem from the registration or problem from Blackboard or whatever. So that's fine. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay. So basically, that's what I was going to talk about. And basically, let me just go over the first research problem. I'm not going to talk about any technical information today. I'm not going to start the lectures today. But basically, this is an example of the research problem that you're going to have in this course. Basically, just a motivation, just letting you know exactly what we're going to do and why we're going to do it. And then a certain list of tasks that we're going to do in this particular research problem. For example, reconstruct MRI images from its case-based data, study of the importance of the magnitude and phase of case-based. Case-based is the Fourier Transform. And basically, we all heard about the Fourier Transform, but we never actually used it to do something useful, okay? Here you're going to see exactly what happens when you have the raw data from MRI and how you can get the image out of it using Fourier Transform. And for the Fourier Transform, you have usually complex data. The Fourier Transform itself has magnitude and phase. And basically, we're going to discuss which one is more important than which. And this will actually give you a deeper insight into Fourier Transform. Fourier Transform is usually an abstract concept, a concept that is not really much understood by many people, but once you get started on using Fourier Transform in practical tasks, you will learn a lot, and basically you will be able to use Matlab with much more ease and flexibility than before. We're going to discuss something called quantization. If you have an image, quantization means how many bits per pixel. So each point is represented in how many bits. And basically, you're going to take one image, one medical image, and basically change the quantization of that image and check whether the image quality changes or not, or how many or how much change happens because of quantization. We're going to talk about sampling. How do we sample, and basically the effect of sampling, and also this will actually show in Fourier Transform, basically give you another insight in the Fourier Transform part. We're going to talk about how to display CT images. CT images, if you remember from your medical imaging course, basically you can do something called windowing, so that for the same acquired CT image, you can display an image for only soft tissue, only bone, or only whatever, for example, blood vessels or whatever by itself. Okay, so you can do some manipulation to the same exact CT image so that you can display certain tissue types that you prefer to have in the image or emphasize in the image. Okay, we're going to do that practically together in this part. We're going to talk about interpolation. Interpolation basically is basically the method used for resizing. Interpolation is not a technique, it's basically it's a class of techniques. So if I say that I'm going to do interpolation, you have to ask me which interpolation technique you're going to use, because there are so many different techniques and the quality of each one of them is very different from the other. For medical images, I'm going to show you that some interpolation techniques are not practical. And surprisingly, the interpolation technique used by Windows, if you display an image in Windows and try to magnify it in, for example, image viewer or whatever, you're going to find that each pixel is basically just enlarged. So if you magnify it, to a certain degree, you will basically be able to see the pixels. You basically see blocks. You don't see a very smooth outlines that you used to have in the image. You basically see big blocks like, if you know Minecraft, it's like Minecraft. Basically, you see images that are pixelated. Okay, so basically we're going to see how to mitigate this problem and basically ensure that whenever a doctor magnifies an image, the quality stays there. And you can still see very smooth interfaces without having the pixelation problem that we see in Windows, for example. We're going to see how to extract the region of interest from an image. Later on, we're going to use that in the computer-aided diagnosis. The doctor selects a particular area in the image and basically puts this area to analysis. We're going to see how to do that. And we're going to also work on some filters like noise reduction filters or contrast enhancement filters. I'm going to show you a few examples of these. And then at the end, we're going to talk about how to measure the image quality of an image. If I give you two images of the same exact part of the body and tell you which one is better, what you would normally usually do basically is just look at them and basically see whatever looks better to you. This is called qualitative evaluation. Qualitative means that it's personal or subjective, meaning that if I bring in another person, if I ask two of you, for example, each one of you might select a different image, because basically it's subjective, it depends on the person. Therefore, we have to have a methodology that relies on quantitative measures. Quantitative measures meaning that we're going to have a number, we compute a number, and basically if this number is high, then the quality is high. If this number is low, then the quality is low. So basically you're going to see how to do that quantitative. The design inputs to this task will be basically data. I'm going to give you the data. I'm going to give you basically raw data and sample reconstructed medical images so that we can work with. And I'm going to also have give you also MATLAB code. You're going to find it right now on Blackboard so that you can get the data, read the data, and basically do some starting tasks with these data. Okay. Then we're going to continue on this code and basically improve it or basically learn how to modify it to different things. The design output, I'm going to specify exactly what I need from you. Basically, it's basically a set of or a documentation of your experiments. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do that, and a particular good way of doing that is using OneNote. OneNote allows you to basically put whatever you want inside that note. So basically, I can have some text just describing what I did. I can basically have the outputs of MATLAB, like the figures and things of that sort, inserted in there. I can also have the MATLAB code inside of there. So I can put within the lab notebook everything I need. Okay, so if I do a certain experiment, I will personally say what I do, what I did in that experiment, what's my opinion about the output. I'll put the actual output, I'll put the actual code, so that when you go back and look at this documentation later, you can basically reproduce exactly what you had in that particular experiment. And basically, you're going to see that together by the end of this task. Okay. I'm going to give you a few references here. These two textbooks are already available to you on Blackboard. So basically, I already uploaded them, so you can basically upload them. We're going to start with this particular textbook. This is a very nice textbook. It's very easy to read. We're going to basically go over it very quickly. And by the end of this part of the course, you will basically, if you read this course, if you read this any part of this textbook, you'll understand exactly what it says, and you will actually be implementing exactly what it does in the textbook. This is a very nice image package in Java. Basically, whatever we do here, you find it all in there. So basically, you can download this. This is open source also. So basically, this is one of the very nice image processing and analysis tools that you can have. And basically, I advise all of you to have, so that if you want to manipulate a certain image, or if you want to even just use it to open a certain image type that you don't have a reader for, this is basically one of the best or the most widely used medical imaging processing or medical image processing tools basically in the world. The other book here, the other textbook here, is related to speckle reduction, which I said that we might not get the time to do it this term, but actually we have a part in it that talks about quantitative image quality measures. That it basically just a few pages basically. But actually, I thought you might want to have the whole textbook, so that if you want to consider this problem later. So basically, each one of the tasks would be exactly like this. If you want to see the example problems for the future research problem like the computer-aided diagnosis, you can find them on the website. But for this course, we're going to rely on the contents of Blackboard. So basically, whatever I put for you on Blackboard, this will be the official material of this course. Because basically, each version of this course, I usually change things a little bit. Okay, so basically, please rely on whatever I put for you on Blackboard. If you feel that there is anything missing, let me know, and I'll upload it on Blackboard. So I'm not going to ask you about anything that I uploaded on my website. Okay, my website is basically like a version of this course, but basically an older version. Okay, so whatever is in Blackboard is the current version of this course. Okay. Sometimes I start with a very simple lecture like this, like I give you a lecture about whatever. Like for example, when I talk about the characteristics of the image, I show you something like this so that you know exactly what I mean. So basically, this looks like a very high resolution image. This looks like a pixelated image, very low quality. Okay. So basically, I'm just going to give you examples, and basically whatever I'm going to talk about here in the lecture, we're going to implement in Matlab right away. So basically, I'm not going to give you the lecture and then start Matlab afterwards. No, we're going to go over each one of the parts, each part of the lecture, and basically implement it right away in Matlab, so that you can basically understand exactly what we're talking about and get a practical experience with what we're talking about. Okay, this course is not theoretical. This course has theory, but actually in the context of practical applications in a certain research area. Okay. Do you have any questions? So basically, we're going to go over this, and basically after or while we're going over it, we're going to be implementing whatever we have on Matlab. And basically, what I used to do in Matlab is I basically develop Matlab code in front of you each lecture. And if you have any questions, I can answer. I can modify my code based on your questions or requests. And then whatever I do in the lecture, I'm going to post on Blackboard. So for this lecture, if I have Matlab code, you will find it after the lecture on Blackboard, so that you can download it and start basically repeating whatever I did and basically trying other things, so that you can have questions for me next time. Okay? You have any questions?
No, Doctor.
Okay. So I see some of you actually were former students here at King Abdulaziz University, but some of them, some of you actually are not former students from here. So so basically, if you're worried about anything about this course, just let me know. Basically, if you took a course with me before, you know that I'm not very strict. Basically, if you have any problem with any part of the course, we will talk and basically find a way to to basically make the course a little bit not easier, basically more flexible for you. Okay, so please don't worry about the grades. Don't worry about don't worry about any difficult part of the course. Basically, just make sure that you're interested in the topics of the course and that you're willing to learn. That's it. Okay, don't worry about the difficulty of the material of the course. You might see the material and find that it's a little bit too difficult for me. I've never done anything like that before. Actually, if you did that before, if you did the material of the course before, then why are you taking this course? You're not gonna basically learn anything out of this course. In order for you to learn out of a course, you need to basically get into new things and things you never did before and things that seem difficult at the beginning. Okay, and basically, if you go through the course and find at the end that things that you didn't know about before, didn't do before, didn't hear about before, basically you have knowledge and experience about, then you basically learned what you're supposed to learn from this course. Okay?
Okay, doctor.
Okay.
Okay, so inshallah, on Wednesday, I'm going to start the material of the course. And basically, I'm not gonna basically run, take a lot of material from the first lecture, but actually at least we're gonna get started, okay? Hopefully by next Wednesday, you will all have Matlab, okay? If you don't have Matlab by next Wednesday, basically I'm gonna help you so that you find a version to install by this weekend. So that when we have our next lecture or the next week lectures, you'll be ready to basically repeat what I'm doing in the lecture. Because if you don't repeat what I do by your own, by yourself, after the lecture, you're not going to learn much. You have to actually repeat whatever I do in the lecture so that you understand exactly what I said, and basically make sure that you basically can implement whatever I was talking about. Okay.
Okay.
I want to ask about one thing before we finish. Is my voice clear? Is it clear for you?
Yes.
Yes.
And the English is clear also. Do you have any problems? Because we have Reno. I think we have to speak English because of we have Reno with us.
Okay. It's fine.
Very nice.
Okay. So basically, if you don't understand, or basically if you have a problem, understand me, stop me, and ask me to explain. Okay.
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 Okay. So that's it for this lecture. Do you have any questions?
No question, doctor.
About the license of Matlab, I already asked the university IT department. They said that we need to call or contact the faculty IT administration. If you can help us to contact the IT administration of our faculty, doctor.
Actually, the faculty members have been calling them since maybe April, something like that, and they have there is actually no response from. Okay, there is a problem from the university to renew the license. So basically, you have to find a way to get Matlab, get access to Matlab, away from the university. Because otherwise, you're gonna wait for much longer time than is the practical for this course. Okay. So by Wednesday, if you couldn't get access or get hold of a Matlab version, let me know, and I'll ask myself. I'll get a license for you. Okay. Not a license, like basically a version that you can install. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions? Any other concerns about this course? So next time, inshallah, I expect you to have a different date or a different schedule for this course that you agreed upon if you don't agree to the current schedule, okay? And let me know exactly the situation of MATLAB and basically the situation of the deep learning toolbox that you have in MATLAB, whether you have it or not, okay?
Okay.
Okay,
Sure.
okay. Thank you for attending, and next time also I'll post the link, the guest link on the masters group, so that if someone didn't register, he can still attend. Okay, but actually you'll find the link right away and on Matlab on the Blackboard. Okay, the material about the first topic I already posted on Blackboard, so you can download them right now. Okay.
Okay, Doctor.
Okay, so basically you do need to write your numbers right now so that you can actually if I close right now, the chat will just disappear. Do you want to finish that? You want to finish posting your numbers?
We will write our numbers. After that, we can finish.
Okay, that's fine. Because actually, if I close the session, if I leave the session, everything will close. So I have to. Do you have my number?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay, it's already posted on the contact the contact professor on the Blackboard.
Okay, doctor.
Is anybody copying the numbers?
Yeah.
Because if you post them.
Yeah, we're copying the numbers.
Okay. So I think we have just one missing.
I think we have enough numbers to make a group.
Okay. Okay.
Doctor, that exactly
yes.
I attended in the Blackboard. That course is exactly I finished it. You can't see it or what?
Yeah,
Because we don't understand anything about the Blackboard. I tried to attend, and I didn't know it's reached to you or what.
For this course?
Yeah.
How is that? I'm not sure. I mean, do you see the course folder on Blackboard or not?
Yeah, I saw it.
That you're registered.
Exactly. I go to the assignment, and I attached that training report. What exactly requested in assignment?
Oh, okay. You're talking about the MATLAB certificate, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I got that. Yes. I think this is fine. This is basically what I ask everybody to do, because the other one might not be accessible. So basically, you're done with the first assignment already.
Exactly the first one, and exactly I did two extra. One for machine. I think it's named machine learning.
Is it free?
Yeah, it's free, and one deep learning on ramp.
Okay, that's good. Actually, we're gonna need that.
Yeah, there is a three. I attended Blackboard.
Okay, that's very good. Actually, that's good. Okay. So, any other questions? Yes, go ahead. Any other questions? Okay. So inshallah, see you or talk to you inshallah on Wednesday, بإذن inshallah. Okay.
يعطيك العافية.
Okay. شكرا جزيلا شكرا. السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام.
عبد الله انت باقي تطبع الارقام؟
على هذه إيه خلاص خلصت. سويت جروب فينا إحنا بس الطلاب الخمسة.
طيب عدله واكتب الطلاب فقط.
أي كتبت خلاص.
3 4 5 5 اوكي ممتاز. باقي يا طويل العمر
الحين نشوف
رقم
نشوف
الدكتور
اليوم مناسب. ها؟
رقم الدكتور معاه.
لا دكتور ما ضفته دكتور.
لا نضيفها في هذه يكتب يا طويل العمر فيها ايش؟ طلاب فقط بدون دكتور، او اكتب بدون دكتور. الثانيه
أي
سوي
مكتوب.
جروب الدكتور معنا يا اخي. بدا الايميل عندنا امتلأ، كل شوي يرسل على البلاك بورد. البلاك بورد ذا شكله صعب يا اخي. الزوم احسن منه يا اخي بكثير.
تقول
اي والله يا اخي. اذا لو يضغط الدكتور زر جات 3 ايميلات. انت عارف ماده 73 حقت راو جاني منها رسالتين او 3. انا ماني مسجل فيها اصلا.
كلنا مسجلين فيها. أنا طلعت عندي ومحمد كمان يقول لي اليوم طلعت عنده، وإحنا ما إحنا مسجلين فيها. على فكرة ما هي فيه في الأودس هناك، هنا طلعت في البلاك بورد لحالها.
ايه هي طالعه مضافه هنا في البلاك بورد مع المادتين الثلاث اللي معانا، صح ولا لا؟
بالضبط.
ايه فيها غلط يا
ما
اخوي.
ضفناه، ما أدري كيف.
مادتها الثانيه يا اخوي.
لا
المحتار بين مادتها هذه ومادتها الثانيه يا اخوي. مشكله الماتلاب ذا يجيب المرض.
والله تفاجأت إن فيها ماتلاب وبعنف كمان، مرة ماتلاب معتمد عليها.
لا والله اول ما ترى مرسل البلاك بورد دي كامله من يوم ارسلها. اول ما دخلت عليها عرفت انها ماتلاب. الماده الثانيه ما ادري انا احاول
والله يا عبد الله عين، أنت منزل مادة حق القاسمي
ها
72. أنت منزل 72، أنت أخذت 72 خلاص.
لا والله ما اخذت 72.
خلصتها.
انا ماخذ هذه بدالها.
أنا منزلها الترم هذه مع المادة حق صاروا 2 ماتلاب.
مع القاسمي.
أيوه
يا اخي ذا الدكتور قدح يمدحونه قالوا كويس رجال يستحي يا اخوي. القاسمي الله يعينكم عليه.
أوه ممتاز. قدح ممتاز. أخذت مادتين عنده في البكالوريوس.
ممتاز.
عفوا
القاسمي
قدح ممتاز.
ايوه عارف. اما القاسمي انا جربتها في ماده اللي هو التصوير الطبي.
تصوير طبي.
ايه ماده تصوير طبي اجباري. انت باقي ما اخذتها؟
ايوه 72 اخذتها. اقول لك اخذتها تقول لي لا.
72. انت تقول 72 ولا 78؟
لا 72.
72 ايوه اخذتها الترم اللي فات.
يا اخي انزلها الترم هذا كيف؟
نفس الوضع. انت انا بيعطيك برنامج ويفككم وتعالوا يلا طبقوا وانشروا وما ادري ايش. بيني وبينك الترم اللي فات سويت ان بي.
اعطاك بي؟
لا اعطاني بي بلس سويت عليه ان بي مشتاق بدون ما
يعني الماده كيف تمشي؟
سوينا له تقارير، سوينا له برامج. والله اني مشتري لابتوب علشانه ولا كان نتكلم ولا شيء. بالاخير دخلت على الجامعه ايام النتائج شفتهم كاتبين لي ملاحظه يقولون احسن تحطها ان بي. السيستم يقول عليه كاتب لي ملاحظه حطيتها ان بي ومشت معي.
والله حلوه.
انت كم باقي لك الترم هذا بس؟
انا باقي لي الترم. كم باقي لي؟
ايوه الترم هذا اخر شيء.
الترم هذا اخر مواد. باقي ماده واحده بس خليتها مع
الرساله.
باخذها مع الرساله. هذه الماده حقت شو اسمه، الماده اللي كلها بحث.
ايش البحث العلمي؟
ايوه
نزلتها هالترم مع ندوه انت عندك ندوه بحث الترم هذا؟
ايوه منزلها الترم هذا
ندوه بحث مع السقاف.
ايوه
جاك المسج؟
ايوه قريت رسالتك انه ما في.
ايوه شوفها بتشوفها على الايميل.
هو برسل على الايميل هناك في
ما
الجامعه.
برسل على الايميل. اي حاجه يسوون على البلاك بورد بتلقى ايميلك مليان الحين. الله يعينك تسوي تصفيه. يا اخي غثوني
والله انا افكر بالمثال
مليان يا اخوي مليان. الدكتور قدح يا طويل العمر بنقول له يحولنا على الزوم يا اخوي وعندنا جروب احنا وياه اي شيء يبغاه منا يرسله لنا على الجروب.
والله ممكن عادي. على فكرة الدكتور قدح من أكثر الدكاترة اللي مرة مرنين في الاختيارات.
ما في مشكله، خلينا نتناقش الحين. ما ندري كم عدد الطلبه اصلا اللي في الماده، عرفت؟ انس يوسف، عمر صالح، هذا جديد.
أنت اللي تقول باقي الطالب اسمه عبد الله؟
عبد الله في الماده الثانيه.
مو هذه. يعني كذا احنا خلاص خلصنا 5 على كذا صح؟
ما ادري والله، هل في ناس غيرنا ما ادري، بس تذكر عبد الله، ما تذكر عبد الله خوينا يا اخوي.
الا
نسيت اسمه، والله اني ناسي اسمه الاخير. الرجال هو، انا كنت قبل ما نسجل المواد هو قال لي انا باخذ الثانيه، ما راح اخذ مقدمه الطب اللي هو هذه. انا اخذت هذه وهو الثانيه مع الدكتور قدح، لان الدكتور قدح عنده مادتين الترم ذا.
75 وهذه
اللي هو الاشارات، بس ما ادري هل هو بيعطيهم حتى هم يا طويل العمر ماتلاب الاشارات
والله
السيجنال.
اكيد السين فيها ماتلاب كثير مره. اخذناها حتى انا في البكالوريوس ماده.
لا خلاص هذه
اخذتها
ماتلاب.
ماده سجنت في الماستر في البكالوريوس فيها كلها ماتلاب.
لا
كان
خلاص.
دكتور واحد لطيف فردني.
اذا هذه تكفي عنها اصلا.
طيب شو اسمه يا اخي الماده اللي اخذتها انت مع القاسم 72 حق التصوير الطبي، في معاك ملفات، في اشياء ممكن تفيدني معاه؟
ولا اعطيتها يا طويل العمر كلها رين، وبدورها لك وارسلها لك. بعطيك يا طويل العمر الله يلعن ابليس الكود. زين. واعطيك يا طويل العمر الامور ادورها لك. المشكله انت عارف ايش المشكله؟ الرينو خذ جهاز يسافر فيه اندونيسيا.
لحظه رينو معنا دحين.
ايوه
رينو هذا اللي معنا الحين في
اعلمك حاجه، تشوف الرينو. انا اشتريت الجهاز اي 7 كور تو ديو. طيب متحمس مع القاسم وتبغى اشتري له جهاز جديد.
حلو.
واعطيته رينو يا طويل العمر، وقلنا يا رينو اشتغل وانا بعطيك الصور الداتابيس واعطيك الامور هذه. حلو الكلام.
فاكر تقول لي انت في السكن جيب لي اللابتوب من رينو، فاكر انا الكلام ذا، بس انا كنت برا السكن ذيك الساعه.
الرجال سافر ما كلمني بعد ما انتهت الاختبارات.
ايه
المهم كلمني اول ما بدا الترم، قال اللابتوب معي. قلنا يا رجال خله معك. قالها بشتريه منك. قلنا ما عليه اشترى. قال اعجبني، لان والله صدق والله مسوي له تعب مو هو طبيعي يا طويل العمر اللابتوب.
لا ايه
والله منقيه نقاوه يا عبد الله، شيء زنون. كنا
طيب قال لك ايش ابغاه؟
قال له يبغى، لاني عارف انها عجبها، لانها اول ما نفك الجهاز فكيته من الكرتون، شلته معي يومين واعطيته رينو على طول. حملت فيه طبعا يا العمر الويندوز اوفيس والامور هذه
ايش ميزات اللابتوب؟ كم الرام؟ كم الكارت الشاشه كذا؟
والله اني نسيتها، بس المواصفات يا طويل العمر توب. كور تو ديو اي 7. الجهاز ما شاء الله، بس تحط يدك عليه. وبعدين انا مختار اللي يجيك فيه كبير شوي الشاشه، عشان الكيبورد تجيك الارقام على جنب وفوق. احبها الكيبورد.
وش هو تشيبا ولا النيفو ولا ايش؟
ما لقيت الا هو قطعه واحده. تخيل رجعت ادور مثله ما لقيت.
شاف فلسطين من هنا عندنا.
والله لا، اشتريته من جرير اللي في جنوب الجامعه. لا تدري ما ادري في جنوب. شفت مول فيه.
اشترى منك؟
والله قال بشتريه. قلنا اشتري، ما عندك مشكله، الله عطاك اياه. ايش تبغاني اسوي؟ راح اطلبه منه. الرجال عليه فدا، وش نسوي؟ ندور لنا غيره يا رجال، الدنيا سهلت. الرجال يكلمني الحين في ماده ثانيه مع القاسمي، ترى نازله 87 عفوا.
يا شيخ بعدني من القاسم يا شيخ.
الا في ماده ثانيه اختياري.
وش هي 78 هذه؟
هذه يا طويل العمر اذكر اسمها لان الخطه معي. اذكر اسم الماده ذي، اسمها يجيب المرض اصلا. هي ماده اختياري.
عرفت؟ برافو انت.
ما ابغاها، بس ريل راسلني مسكين، قال انا انشبت فيها مع القاسمي ثاني مره. قلنا الله يعيننا وياك.
اوه مسكين.
تونا خلصنا من القاسمي. يا ولد
مساكين
الزراني تعرف اخوي.
ايوه ايش بو؟
الترم اللي فات كان منزل 7 اللي هو 78 هذه و72 كلها عند القاسم.
ترم ثقيل. بس كويس انه نهايه الترم صار كورونا كذا فبيراجعهم القاسمي.
سبحان الله يا عبد الله، ربي سبحانه خلى الدرجه في يد الطالب. شوف الماده هي طول عمر اختياري، رقمها يا طويل العمر بسم الله 87 الأنظمة الصحية وقوانين أخلاقيات العمل الصحي.
والله الحمد لله، حتى لو ايش مذاهب على
هذا
القاسم.
اختياري، انتبه عند القاسم يعطي 72 و87. انت خلصت اصلا خلاص ما عليك الا
ايوه انا
زيد.
خلصت. ايوه لكن انا بنصح لو في احد ثاني جديد بنصحه على طول، بقول له انتبه من 87
ايوه في عنده ماده اجباري اللي هي 72، وفي
اللي
عنده
هي
ماده اللي هي اللي معك، وفي عنده ماده اجباري 87.
لو في
يا ابن العمر خلك شارد. بالنسبه للدكتور قدح،
عندي الموضوع كلهم عليها.
الدكتور قدح يا طويل العمر يعطي ماده اللي هذه 84
و75 صح؟
و75 واحده منها تختار. لا لو تلقى ثنتين انت خلاص اصلا خالص انت. لكن
ايوه
لو واحد
انا مخلص خلاص.
لو واحد جديد وعنده مواد اختياريه ياخذ ثنتين عند الدكتور قدح وعسل. بس انت تقول لي يا عبد الله ان معالجه الاشعه الطبيه انها حتى هي ماتلاب.
انا اخذت السيجنالز في سنه خامسه في بكالوريوس وكانت كلها ماتلاب السيجنال بروسيسنج. لا دكتور واحد يا اخي كوريه، دكتور دقروق اردني.
انت عارف ايش سوينا فيه دقروق الترم اللي فات؟
اخذت عنده انت؟
انتم ما عرفتوا ايش سوينا فيه كلنا؟
انتوا اخذتوا عنده مواد؟
لا ما اخذنا، جبنا العيد فيه كلنا، حتى انت جايب فيه العيد دقروق.
ايش صار؟
ما تذكر فيه ماده افتحوها لنا اخذ عبد الله الاوراق.
ايوه كان بياخذها دقروق بعدين ما ادري ايش صار.
كنا مفكرين انه بياخذها الدكتور قدح.
ايوه
فاول ما بدا ترم الاسبوع الثاني قال الماده عنده دقروق. الرجال اوراقه الورقه معه حقتنا كلها بيني وبينك، ما حد من العيال داري ترى.
ايه
وروحوا الشباب وسحبوا شرت. قلت دقروق، سالت واحد من العيال خلص قال لا تقربه. كلمت عبد الله قلت يا ولد ايش دقروق ذا؟ قال ايش دقروق؟ من اللي جاب لي دقروق؟ قلنا الرجال معنا. قال ايش ردوا اهربوا. رحنا وسجلنا عند من؟ عند راو. وسجلنا عند راو مادتين الترم اللي فات.
ايوه
واحده فتحها وبعد ما جات اسماءنا مع دقروق.
اوف والله ما عارف الكلام ذا.
العيال اغلبهم ما هو بعارف. العيال قلت لك اغلبهم ما هو بعارف ان فيه شعبه انفتحت بسبب اسماءنا. يوم عرفنا انها مع دقروق ولا واحد سجل فيها.
لا حول.
خلاص الرجال يشرح الاسماء على ورقه.
يا اخي دقروق هذا انسان. يلا الحمد لله انه ما جينا عنده. الحمد لله انا كملت الماده هذيك عنده وكنت ادعي اني ما خلصت ادعي ما ارجع عنده ابدا. الحمد لله.
لا الامور ان شاء الله.
انسان مره انسان غثي.
عندك انا بعطيك فكره اسمعها مني. اللي يستخدمها عندي يا طويل العمر القاسمي يستخدمها عند الدكتور قدح في الماده ذي، تراها نفسها.
نفسه في ليه؟
فهمت؟
نفس القاسم المواد قصدك الفكره؟
بيعطيك نفس الكلام، برنامج وعلى صور MRI مدري ايش، هو نفس اللي بيعطينا اياه الدكتور قدح. يعني انت تشتغل شغل المادتين. ما تسمعه يقول لان الدكتور القاسم بيقول لك اختار موضوع عشان تسوي عليه برنامج. موضوع طبي مثلا تعمر اورام، موضوع شرايين، موضوع نفس اللي قاله الدكتور قدح بالضبط.
ايوه انا فاكر الترم الماضي لما كنتوا انتم تاخذون عند القاسمي كنتوا تقولوا انه في نشر في مدري ايه.
ايوه النشر هذا قال اذا تبغى A+ اصلا كذب علينا، قال اعطوني التقرير واذا هو زين بعطيكم A+. اعطيناها التقرير اذكر نرينا له كنا مشتركين فيه 3 بعدين اشتركوا يا اخوي كل سووا جروبات ما عليكم منه دخلوا فيه.
هو يقول فردي.
هو العيال قال لهم فردي واقتنعوا، لكن على جروبنا دخلت معه قلت نبغى جروب. عشان نتعاون.
أيوه.
ناس عندهم شبكه، ناس ما عندهم كمبيوتر، ناس عندهم كمبيوتر ما عندهم شبكه. نتعاون يا
أيوه.
دكتور. شوي قال خلاص خذوها جروب.
من كم؟ 2؟
2 3 5 انتم كلكم 4 خذوه وانا جروب.
والله رهيب الكلام.
ايه واشتغلوا اموركم، شغلوا اموركم فيها. يعني الوضع الرجال يطيع نور مثل ما علمتك. اعطيناه الريبورت ما قال لنا حاجه، تفاجئنا ان الرجال معطينا بي بلس. على طول رحت النظام الجامعه واسويها ان بي.
ايوه
سويتها ان بي يعني معدي ما تدخل في المعدل، ارتحت منها.
حلو والله حلو.
كم عندك ساعه ترم؟
الشباب كم اخذوا الشباب فيه عند الدكتور عند القاسمي؟
والله كلنا اعطانا بي بلس.
وهذا مع النشر، مع نشرة الريبورت.
التقدير باقي النشر، باقي النشر. وبعدين يقول لك انشر معك ترمين بس، لانه بيعطيك يا عمر اي سي اذا ما نشرت، ويقول تعال الترم
ايوه
الثاني عادي انشر، ومتى ما تنشر بغيرها لك.
ايوه انا كنت ابغى اسالك، يمديني اخلص الترم؟
ايوه يا رجال خلص افتك منها يا اخي.
ابغى اخلص الترم والله، ما ابغى ترم ثاني
يمديك
ابدا.
يمديك امورك طيبه. كم عندك ساعه الترم ذا؟
الترم هذا عندي 7.
طيب يا اخي ليه ما نزلت حق ذاك معك فورزيز؟
يا كنت بنزلها بعدين يا اخي. قالوا انه برزيزك حقوا الماده كلها كيف تبحث، كيف اجراءات البحث وكذا
والله
والطرق. والله
مع
خليه، والله قالوا لي خليها احسن مع الرساله، منها تستفيد ومنها تسوي رسالتك.
انا عندي 7 اصلا، ما عاد عندي الا 7 اصلا. 3 وندوه البحث، 3 وندوه البحث، ما عاد عندي الا هي.
ايش عندك انت غير؟ عندك انت برزيزه وقدح والندوه صح؟
صحيح، ما باقي الا هي.
يعني الترم الجاي رساله خلاص.
الترم الجاي رساله اذا بيمديك يا طويل العمر. ترى حضرنا مع بورزيزه يوم الاحد محاضره عاديه، الرجال يمشي يا ولد راعي يسولف.
والله ما ادري يا اخي.
علشان تجيك الرساله وانت يا طويل مبروك. الرساله والله لو تروح تجيب لك دكتور ولا تشوف لك حد من برا يطيع عمره يعلمك ويسنعك، بدل ما تقعد في المحاضرات. يمكن يقولون حضور، وين حيلك تروح تحضر رساله؟ خاصه الترم اللي فات انا منزل 12. تخيل
الترم كيف؟
الترم اللي فات نزلت 12 ساعه الحد الاقصى.
اوه ما شاء الله.
وربي يفكرني. والترم اللي قبله 9، والترم اللي فات 12، والترم هذا 7. خلاص 28 صح؟
ايوه هي كلها 36.
28 يا طويل العمر، و8 الرساله 36.
بالضبط خلاص خلصت.
وصل الله وبارك. بدل ما
ما ادري يا اخي، تقول نزل رساله احسن البحث.
انت شوف اذا بتقدر تنزلها يا طويل العمر عندك 10 ساعات، عندك ماده يا طويل العمر بس القاسمي
ايوه بس
والدكتور.
القاسم يا اخي، انت ابو القاسم كيف غثي صح؟ والقدح معروف انه قدح طيب شغال يكرفك كرف.
انا والله بيني وبينك الترم اللي فات ما فكرت، قلت الله يعيننا يا اخي. الله يسعد لي جو راو بس.
لا راهو يا اخي.
اخي يعطينا ماده يا اخوي يدرسنا ويعطينا اختبار. نظام طلاب ابتدائي زين يا اخوي النظام ذا. انت عارف القاسمي، انت عارف عفوا اللي هو ذا الدكتور الثاني ايش اسمه؟ مطوع.
من هو؟
مطوع الهندي يا اخوي قال لي
آصف.
آصف. انت تذكر الاختبار الترم اللي فات ما قال النسخ لا تنسخون ما ادري ايش الاختبار؟ تذكر؟
لا تنسوا الاختبار. لا كنا يعني
تنسخون. اعطانا اختبار وقال نسبة النسخ تبغوا النسخ ترى بفحص النسخ وما ادري ايش.
ايوه
والله اني معطيه يا طويل العمر اجابات يمكن حول 20 ورقة، نسبة النسخ فيها 0.
كم؟
0.
ما شاء الله.
وخذت شهادتين عليها موجودة. أنا رحت اشتركت في موقع ودفعت فيه مدري كم وخليتهم يفحصونه لاني انا اللي كاتبها بيدي. تخيل كم معطيني.
كم؟
اعطاني A بلس بس 95، يعني زي اللي فهمني تراك على الحفة.
انا حصلت عنده 96. وعنده راو 99.
راو 99 والثاني 95. ما هي ب 95 عفوا 98. وآصف معطيني 95 ورب النعمة انها صفر نسبة النسخ. اجاباتي ما يقارب 22 ورقة كاتبها كتابة باليد.
هذا يرويك انه ايه، انه يعطي درجات بدون ما ايه بدون ما يشوف. هو عارف يسلم له.
شكله كذا يألف شكله. والله انا باقي معي الاختبار للان اني محتفظ فيه لاني قلت ابغى يمكن استفيد منها قد لا تنسى كتاب اجابات يا طويل عمره واعطانا اسئله عن كورونا وانظمه الصحه في كورونا. افتخرت تطبيق توكلنا واسعفني والامور وشرحت له يعني كان الوضع
المهم خلينا ذا كله الحين ماتلاب كيف؟
الماثلاب والله بننتظر الدكتور قدح.
ايش هو الحاجة الثانية اللي يبغانا نحملها؟
عبد الله انت سويت جروب للدكتور؟
لا والله لسه.
لحظه شوي.
وراك.
قلت الدكتور كيف ها محمد عذر الشباب من هم يا اخوي ذا؟ 94 الدكتور عمار ابو رزيزه لكن مني وجيده. طيب يا طويل العمر عبد الله.
هلا.
اسمع. يلا سوي جروب حق الدكتور قداح وبنشوف.
طيب يلا هادي خلاص نشوفك على خير ان شاء الله.
يلا
عندي كذا كم شغله بقضيها الحين بطلع. اوكي
يلا باي باي.
طيب يلا في امان الله.
كيف اطلع انا ما عرفت
والله حتى انا ما اعرف يا اخي ذا.
كلم الدكتور يا اخي خلينا على يطعم
من اليسار، من اليسار ضغط يسار اخر واحد تحت.
اخر واحد وين؟ الاكس.
ليف ايوه الاكس تفتك خيارات اخر واحد ليف. يا سلام.